Hi guys, welcome to McAfee TV. It's a lot cooler today than it was yesterday. If you guys don't know, um, yesterday and the day before it was very hot in Britain. So it was hot and sticky. I did record this video, but I pretty much looked disgusting on that time. So I decided to re-record it where it's a lot cooler. So basically, alright, without further ado, let me just get on with it. Video, right? Throughout my life, I've found making my interest to women known. I found that task quite daunting. As you probably can guess, it's normally seen as the man's duty to be the aggressor. That fact is something that I would not change for the world. Okay, I love being expected to be the aggressor because that gives me the sense of responsibility to actually take control, go out there and pursue women, and through that I've gained quite a bit of experience. With this experience, there's just like wanted to share with you 5 insights in regards to making a move on someone that you're interested in. And this applies to men and women, by the way, so hopefully both of you find this useful. So my first insight, number 1, is basically saying that you can't change what you can't change. And I'm talking about a physical appearance, so stop worrying about them. The media and society is geared towards making us think that perfection, the perfect bodily, the perfect physique, and the perfect charm factor is the minimum requirement in order to get into a relationship. Now, if you look around you, look at couples, around you, that is mostly false. Although sometimes we do exaggerate in our minds, but the fact is, if you see a physical feature about yourself which you are insecure about, most of the time you can find somebody with that same feature who's has no problems relationship-wise. Now, even though I'm far from perfect, relationship-wise, even if you guys think, that I'm ugly or something like that, that's your opinion. A few years ago, I would have taken that to heart. But the fact is, because I've had, my own experiences with girls who thought I am attractive, I realize that opinion varies from one to another. Beauty is in the eye of the beholder. So, don't worry about. Just don't worry about what you can't change. You need to amplify your best features, and that's all that you pretty much need to worry about. So, let's be honest. Would I love to be a babe magnet, universally attractive? Probably, but it's not something that I really need. So I'm pretty much happy with how I am at the moment. Number 2 is deciding if you want a friend or a lover. With me, I wouldn't really want to move on to my friends, to be honest. I have female friends. Some of them are nice looking. All of them are nice looking, yeah, just in case they watch this. But the fact is that I just value their friendship more. I don't really need to move on to them because there's other attractive women out there who I don't know, so that's fine. If you have a friend who you would want to take to the next level, then you really much have to decide quickly whether that is the case, or if you want to do that. Because if you do that, you're going to have to potentially sacrifice or put your friendship on the line. Now, this is something that I have done on a few occasions in the past, when they haven't reciprocated the attraction. What I found is because I've learned not to make a big deal out of it, that the friendship was maintained on a low-key level, and I learned to move on, emotionally, and that means that both of us would be happy. I said my piece, She said no, we got closure on the situation, it's not letting it fester. So what I'd advise you do is don't live under any pretense of friendship. You know, it's worth taking the risk. Uh, a life lesson is to always regret the things that you do rather than the things that you do not do, if that makes sense. And that brings me on to insight number 3, which is be bold and don't play it safe. One of the reasons which I did find it very hard to approach girls was fear of rejection. So I would wait or hope for the perfect circumstances. This is due to either minimizing risk, but more likely it's just looking for excuses not to approach. Now, separately, because through my social anxiety and trying to overcome it, I've done research and work on my own body language. And through that research, I've inevitably learned about reading other people's body language. So I can read signals of interest a lot more easier now. But even I get in a case where, you know, you're not sure what you're receiving, or whether they are showing signs of interest, or whether it's in your head. So you may be thinking, if you're in that situation, you may be wondering, how can I be sure that this person likes me before I make a move and ask them out? I'm here to tell you right now that it does not work that way. You have to ask them out in order to work out if they like you. Because a body language reader is not a mind reader. So there's always going to be a perceived risk. And what is the risk? The risk is the finding out that one person out of 7 billion people on this planet do not find you attractive. That is the risk, and it does sound silly. So life is too short to be 100% assured of something. What you need to do, if you are completely unsure if somebody likes you and you find them attractive, that is the time when you need to ask them out. Okay? So, with me, there's been one case, or maybe even 2 cases, where gorgeous girls, you know, way out of my league. And I thought that this girl's way out of my league. I don't really know what I'm going to do. I'm going to ask her out anyway, you know, just so that I could walk away, you know, no regrets, and say at least I tried. So I asked them out, sort of expecting them to say no, and they turned around and said yes. So that's good, just for that particular event, and that reduces my self-doubt, which will help me in future events, and that will bring me smoothly into my next point number 4, but I'm probably going to save that for part 2, so I'll see you in a bit in part 2. Hope you've enjoyed it so far. Bye bye.